That's it. Let me try.
Oh, that could be it.
Well, and then did you want to start with the centering?
Yeah, let's do that. Who would like to volunteer?
Definitely.
Is that any better by any chance? Because the AC, I can tell you the AC is not on.
That seems a little bit better.
Okay. Maybe I'll just slow down to catch up with the bandwidth of my conversation. Would someone like to offer the center?
I will do it. I'm looking at Sheila and I'm like, you don't need to use your jaw.
Thank you.
I will do it. I'm usually very quick. So if everyone can just close their eyes and let's take 3 deep breaths together. A breath in and out. In and out. Just really bringing us all present within the same energy. One last breath in and out. And as we exhale, we find that we are all standing together, just as we are in this visual. Bob is standing next to David, next to Sheila, next to Karen. She's holding hands with Dina and Leanne, and back around to Bob. And we're all standing in a circle, and we're in a stream of water that is just a few inches deep. We're all barefoot, and we're just playfully standing in this circle. Our feet are embedded in nice soft sand, and there's just a few inches of water just rapidly flowing from behind us and onward into what we acknowledge as the future, and for all of the ideas and energy that we start to begin to embridle what this next 2019 co-creation will be, is just surrounding us and nurturing us. And it's just a joy for us all to be together in this space. Finally, to start this new journey. It's lovely to be here with all of you. So with that, we can take one last deep breath, then open our eyes and break on a meeting.
Okay, I had another idea.
Thank you.
Segueing with what Karen was saying about connection, and what she liked was that starting with the Heartful co-creation. What if we use that as year 1, Heartful co-creation? This year would be connection co-creation, and then the 3rd year would be vision co-creation.
Oh, so using the heartful.
Heartful. Mm-hmm.
I know Al.
I know. Hey, Bob, can you list for us the different themes for all 6 years so far? Because I'm not sure I know what all of them were.
Yeah. Hang on just a second. We have unexpected and delightful company. Hey, sweetie. Yeah, let me run through the themes real quick. Noelle, help my memory. You Are Not Alone was year 1. We Are Family was number 2. Number 3.
A New Way of Being.
A New Way of Being was number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Gathering with Gaia.
And then the trilogy stuff.
Gaia.
Yeah, Gathering with Gaia.
And then we have Galactic Co-Creation.
Or as Karen thinks it's called,
Aliens
and Edward.
Not aliens.
Aliens and Ed Mitchell.
Alien invasion.
The idea was you have Gaia and you have the galaxy, and then we brought it together in the heart.
So year 6 was Heartful.
Oh, okay. So the Heartful was 3?
Was the 3rd of the 3.
Oh, okay.
That was the 3rd of the 3.
Known in advance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't know if this is going in a direction we don't want to go, but when Sheila was talking, it made me think of like clear seeing or like clairvoyant, which sounds just like a medium, but it's real definition. David, maybe you can chime in on this, is clear seeing. So having that clear vision. So.
That would be 2020.
Right. I'm not exactly sold on it. It just keeps coming to mind. So I thought maybe it will take us in a different direction.
Let me just ask you another quick question. So was there a series of 3 already? The Heartful Co-Creation was the last one of a series of 3? Is that right?
That's what they were saying.
The
Okay,
first
I didn't catch that.
first year.
First,
Gaia, Galactic, and Heart.
they can't hear us well now. Let's get close in.
Okay, the first year, You Are Not Alone, that was because Victoria Freeman said we needed a theme. Because remember, we didn't even know we were co-creators Convergence at that time, and we never knew there would be a year 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right.
So that the first 3 years, we kind of went year to year. And then we did the trilogy, and everybody seemed to like the trilogy kind of idea.
And Gathering of Gaia was the first of that trilogy.
Yes.
No?
And
Yeah.
then we went to
Galactic.
co-creation, and then we brought it together in the Heartful Co-Creation.
Okay.
So that's so I would say 2020 would be something to have to do with vision. So what would the ends of that be is kind of what I've been.
Right.
Pondering.
So I leave it to you, fine fellas and gals.
And ladies.
Of course, I might have an opinion.
Maybe. You're on mute, Bob.
He's just trying to mute me.
Not
Never work.
possible.
If only
That is not possible. Did you say if only a button could do that?
So
more.
anyway,
Have we agreed that we want to do? I really like the trilogy. Have we agreed that that is our plan, or is that still up for discussion?
tell you what, the trilogy makes it nice.
In what
Yeah.
way?
Yeah, I really like it.
In what way do you think it makes
Just-
sense?
It's just following a nice thread, and then also it makes it just easier because when you plant that seed, like I'd say like the Galactic Co-Creation, so many came because that seed was planted years in advance, and things just started happening for us. It was a very magical year, you know. So it's just like planting a seed 3 years in advance and watching it bloom when you put it out there in your intention.
Sheila posted.
There you go.
There we go.
She sent a PM.
What's the first one?
She sent a PM. Seek
no
no evil, see no evil. No.
Speak no
Hear,
evil.
yeah, see, speak. And C is the middle one, which is vision.
Vision
Vision.
2020.
What could be like,
Only making it positive, obviously.
yeah,
I was going positive with
Yeah,
the
exactly.
importance of listening co-creatively,
Right.
speaking co-creatively.
well,
And seeing
okay,
co-creatively.
as long as I'm not invited to say something. I was saying co-creating union, because pretty sure that Flo Magdalena is going to become
I mentioned that
coming.
already.
And so anyway, she's about when you communicate, you know, that is about union. So that kind of is like, speak no evil. It's kind of like a positive way of that, of bringing people together or bringing communication. I don't know.
Well, maybe instead of the monkeys covering, maybe they could be doing this and this and this.
Are they open? Are you being open? Is that what you're doing? I can't see.
Yeah, instead
Yeah,
of
yeah.
opening.
Opposite.
That would be so cute, actually. We could reframe that whole thing.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
could put on little monkey ears and
That could be really fun to reframe.
It could be really fun.
Oh,
and
See all good.
we can
See
use
all
those
good,
monkey
hear
ears
all
3 years
good.
in a row.
We'll have Barbara come all through, and she'll explain to us conscious evolution from the monkey figure in all of our artwork to 2 years in a row.
Well, you know, another thing is that you could come up with, sorry, Bob.
Could you hear me
I
from
didn't
here?
let that land.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
We're awful close. You could have heard me from here.
Another thing is that you could come up with several, you know, trilogy ideas and then put it out. We could always send it out to the group again. Well, that's another idea. If you said, you know, this is one.
Look at this face. Look at that face.
I guess they don't like that face. I don't like. Okay, we will.
Oh, I'm missing out not being on Zoom.
You're
missed
missing, you're missing all the fun, Karen. You're missing
I
all the
know, I'm missing the faces.
Faces are important.
Well, the interesting thing about throwing it out is some people are going to love something and other people are going to hate it. And Bob, you're muted again. I think Noelle's doing that to you. I think she's messing with you.
I think as long as Noelle's good with them, then we should be good with them because she's got to carry it forward the next 2 years.
Thank God she was having a conversation with our guest who just told us. She didn't hear that. But I do, to your point, Dana, that I really appreciate what Noelle was saying about planting the seeds, because what it does is it provides an opportunity for somebody to say, oh no, I'm absolutely participating this year because this is my spiritual family reunion. I'm coming. But I'm really excited about the second year, and I think I have some things to contribute in, or I know people that I want to make sure are here in year 2 because of what the theme is. It does grow upon itself. I mean, Gathering with Gaia, the ones that were there for that, you know how amazing it was with the decoration. I mean, it was a jungle. I mean, we had a rainforest just about in that room. And we even had animals that attended. And and people that are attracted to the theme are, you know, that's where we gain some additional people by this word of mouth, which is what is our entire marketing plan, obviously, is that it's word of mouth.
Well, having been, like, I didn't go last year and not knowing anything about it, the reason I didn't go is because I saw all these aliens and I thought, these people are going to have tinfoil on their head and they're going to be wackadoos.
Oh,
And
no.
it turns out that everyone was, but I fit right in to that.
Yeah. Well, I really like the idea of the 3 monkeys. It's just making them fit so that people will hear and really align to it, you know, and really feel that connection of, okay, there's going to be something there for me, or I can really contribute, you know, those things that we know or what tie people into it.
The only thing about that theme is that it's kind of an individual thing. When you're hearing and you're seeing and your vision is all an individual process. It's not a co-creation.
Is that true?
Well, I think it is.
We co-created a
I'm willing to do
painting
something wrong.
together.
Well, I like what Dina had, you know, earlier when she like switched it around. You know, it's switching that negative around to something positive.
Yeah.
And she was taking off on the idea of clear vision. So for Vision 22, 2020, clear vision. I don't know what we would do with that as a theme, but the other years doesn't have to be clear. It could be like, I love the idea of union that Noelle just mentioned. So like listening for union, listening in union. I don't know. Lots of ideas out there.
I also like the word union or unity.
Mm-hmm.
Idea of union or unity, and being what someone mentioned earlier about the significance of connection, which is a very heartful element of our entire community, is the connections
Right.
that provide for the co-creation year round as well as at the event. So I really like the idea of connection and unity as well. Doesn't play into those 3 words or 3 monkeys or spin on
Yeah.
piece, in my mind yet.
So,
You-
Sheila, you mentioned that you feel like seeing and hearing and speaking are all things that we could do co-creatively, but say more about that.
Well, it's kind of like improv. Like, you know, people build together, and what they create as a group vision, might be very different than what any individual's vision might have been. Kind of like that painting we co-created.
Yeah.
So just
And-
looking, oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry?
I was gonna switch the subject a little bit, so you finish.
Oh, I was just riffing on that a little bit. No big deal.
So I was just looking at the email of all the contributions from SurveyMonkey, and I'm just looking at it like which words are really coming out to me, and it's union and miraculous. There's some- miraculous. One of
Oh,
the
miraculous.
one of somebody's comment was divine connection or miraculous creation was somebody's suggestion. I'm just trying to think of like what are some things that would really connect with somebody to, you know, feel like it was drawing them to the event. So for me, it's union and miracles.
Union, vision, miracles.
Yeah, those are very powerful, attracting words.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean they're each powerful in their own way.
Mhm.
Because what would be nice is if we could right now just determine all 3, you know, like Heartful co-creation was done for last year. It'd be nice if we could get all 3 of these done, especially when we have Dina. Dina's a good, you know what I mean? Like, and you guys are carrying it for the next 2 years. So maybe we could like knock them all out of the park.
I'm not sure who offered quantum co-creation with a smiley face. So I'm not sure what was meant by that. I noticed that one of the others also used the words wholeness quantum, for shifting humanity. But I guess some of the words that attract me most are union, miraculous, and peaceful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just say that. And I do tend to favor not going back out to everyone, because whoever said it, there'll be people that will love something or not love something, and then are they disqualifying themselves or eliminating themselves to say, well, I'm not going to go for that year, when we know that whatever the themes are, it is our thing to help create the invitation into that year's theme for everyone that's attended prior or that we know are destined to be here and we're going to talk to between now and when they show up. So I don't get too hung up on the words, but I do appreciate your comment, Dina, about if it really, you made an assumption based on the theme to not come to something.
Well, I didn't know any of you and how awesome you were. So that's all I had to go on was the theme.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so
Leanne's
that-
trying to be a little crazy, a little out there.
Mhm.
Well, the thing that the word peaceful was one of the words that popped out at me as well, and I'm just thinking, just probably because I'm thinking from a graphic standpoint. We had heartful, so maybe we could move into peaceful. Maybe we could just ease in that way. But that was another word that popped out to me.
I love
And
peaceful.
peaceful seemed to get a big response that day. We were sort of heart sharing in the room. I think there was a few people that really liked that peaceful.
Is peaceful too close to heartful? Like, can we make it different enough?
Well, what would it just be peaceful co-creators, or would it be peaceful something else?
It could be whatever we want.
How about the word shared, like shared vision?
Yes, because we haven't had, let me think about that. So in the 3-year trilogy, we always had the word or a derivative of the word co-creation, heartful co-creation, creating with Gaia, and galactic co-creation. But prior to that, we didn't, and have that word or derivative word co-creation, which to me, the strength of having that word or its derivative is that it states the intention of the gathering as being about the collective. It's about the individual as well, David. I forget what you said. It's about the individual as well, but it's making a strong, I'm just kind of thinking out loud, that it does create a sense of the collective. That word creation or co-creating with or whatever. And so that is a lot of what the essence of this community is about, is it not? And so in that, which is, like I said, our marketing plan is basically we talk to others that we think might want to be a part of this, both the live event and year round. And to me, it's so much easier in my own language in the moment with someone to describe the event by having that collective in it, realizing that some people are, quote, working on themselves or doing their inner work or bringing their heart and love to this collective because they need support in some way. We know that all of that happens. It naturally happens in this community. So just thinking out loud about that phrase, co-creating with or co-creation as a part of it. Yeah.
What came to me was, this wasn't on any of the responses, so this is just my idea. But we had that time that we were talking about being. I don't remember the rest of the whole thing, but it was about being. It was a third one, right? So how about being into action instead of just, we talked about how we're being in the world, but how about taking that into action and as co-creators, something along those lines.
Yeah, I like that. And that word being could also, it might be a part of the theme title, but we also oftentimes will have a subtitle or a clarifying subtitle. And I really like that use of the word being a part of, if necessary, for clarification of what the theme is. We haven't always had a subtitle, but we have had some years.
Mm-hmm. When you were talking, Bob, earlier, and you were saying co-creation, I was thinking collaboration. So of course I went to the thesaurus. And another word for collaboration is collusion, which is so popular now with our government that it'd be kind of fun to make something really positive with the word collusion. Like we're removing the illusion from the collusion.
Colluding.
Collaborative and collective.
Okay, so we've got Cohesive, cooperative, co-creators in action.
Yeah, theming in the word collusion would be a good one for the election year in 2020.
Yes.
I mean, turning it into positive. What I mean is turning it into
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good idea, though, because everything we're doing, we all know, is we're just building the template, and then we'll
What's that?
impact.
colluding for a, let me see, I got it. Colluding for a co-creative vision would be 2020. Colluding for a
There you
co-creative
go.
vision. Yeah, that's it. And if it doesn't work here, I'm going to send it to the Elizabeth Warren campaign manager.
Oh, well, I like the word co-creative. You just added something there. So now we can have co-creative union and co-creative vision and co-creative miracles.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, I mean,
Co-creative peace. I don't know.
David, I really like I just wrote down those words, being into action, being, ... into action. Because I always hold the intention that among all the other good that our gathering is, that it assists individuals or subsets of those that participate, or all of us that participate, into further action in whatever that looks like.
So just to,
I agree. Oh,
go
good.
ahead, Karen.
I was going to say I agree with Bob, and I mean what's sparking in me when you said that, David, is and Bob, also just that, kind of a half of a day that's really centered around. So what does this now look like after we've developed this theme and gone through it all weekend, and then co-creators in action, and action plans are actually drawn up as to how we're taking it out into the world.
Yeah.
yeah, because we could even have part of the time just really focus on just going inward and just being, being still, being inward, and then move into the action part of it, the next day. Like we could take them through a process that way. This past year, it was heartful, and it kind of, it was like opening everybody's hearts was how it ended up feeling by the end of it. It was like everybody's hearts were just huge, that we could take them into that soulness of being alone within themselves, and then, coming out co-creatively to act out into the world. Just seeing that motion.
So that's being into action. Is that what this discussion is about right now? Did I miss something?
Yeah, I think that's how you were saying it, right, David? Being into action.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be those words, but it's
Just trying to figure out how that would go into a trilogy, and it doesn't have to be, but I think Bob's right. It does help.
Well, if the trilogy part of it was the into part in between, we could pull the 3 years together that way, like being into action. The next year could be, something into vision, or something into miracles, or. If we do think we're going to have Flow Magdalena, should we make 19 something about union? Like, I don't know how, I know you don't want to focus it all on one person, but there's that to consider too, maybe.
And, yeah. I wouldn't want to focus it on the potential of one person being there, not being there, but it's also strong. Ways that,
Can't hear you.
sorry,
Bob?
I again didn't want to focus it on one person that may or may not be involved, but it's a strong theme idea, because it can be so many different ways. Co-creating union of what? union with one's inner self, one's higher self, with a collective of people, with the union of relationships. So there's a lot to work with that theme idea.
I'm just going to play devil's advocate here for just a second.
Yeah.
So we always try to have a theme that's inspiring, right? Uplifting, but we never seem to really talk about the shadow side much. And that we all have our shadow side, and we're experiencing that on a collective level in the government right now. So another theme, possible theme, would be transmutation of the shadow to the higher self. How do you transmute your own shadow? Because you can't just jump to your higher self. You have to go through that shadow to get there. We never seem to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm standing up for the shadow right now. Just an idea. And I don't want throw too much.
Being shadow.
I think the shadow needs to be recognized and dealt with on an individual level and on a collective level, on a creative level.
So I'm just seeing that there's lots of great big lights everywhere, so that everybody's got these big shadows, and then we're walking around with mirrors. And we're just being everybody's mirror.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, light and shadow.
Like shining a light on the shadow.
Yeah, and then next year being something about vision.
About what?
Vision follows right behind that.
I want to acknowledge what you're saying, David, because when I think back over the 6 years, there has not been a whole lot of process activities related to transmutation, shadow exploration, and that sort of thing. It's
I
true.
have a hard time hearing you, Bob.
Sorry. I say I want to acknowledge what you were saying, because as I think back over the 6 years, I mean, a lot of people use the word love fest and other words close to that to describe this experience, this annual experience. And we really haven't done much when it comes to processes and activities that relate to shadow or bringing light to shadow. And it's a very interesting idea, because I think about that, as you said, as a personal level for participants, but also the larger social and humanity experiment that we're going through right now. And it's exaggerated in the United States politics, but it exists everywhere in humanity.
Yeah, and it's in each of us.
Yes.
And we all have our shadows.
Indeed. Indeed.
So as you guys were talking, I was just seeing the chakras like going up, because we just did the heart chakra. So next 2019 could be the throat chakra, and maybe it's bringing voice to the shadow or whatever. And then the next year, obviously, being the third eye, and then maybe the following year could be the crown chakra, and that could be, we're kind of tagging on, the last of the past trilogy with the heart. I just saw those 3 chakras.
I like that. I like that idea. Yeah.
Because I'm visual, so of course I'm going to see the colors, and
So in that string, 2020 would be the third eye.
Yeah.
Well, a vision, and somehow connect that to the idea of vision 2020, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just coincidence that it's,
Interesting.
It is interesting.
So the throat is somehow tied to the shadow?
Well, the throat could be voicing anything. If we wanted to voice, that transmutation, the voice could be I don't know. I think it could tie into.
Could also be listening too. Voice, voice and listening kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely connected.
It just struck me, and I guess it's because of your comment about that you're visual about this, Leanne, is that one thing we haven't done. We had that trilogy of 3, but it wasn't given much visibility other than amongst the weavers to know that was what was next year and the next year. And realizing that we could be doing more on the CCC website, which is, where we send people to from both Facebook page and Noel and my personal card. The back of our card is the CCC Facebook and website. And so it would be good to be able to explain kind of here's where we're going in the coming years. I mean, we've already put the dates on it because we have contracts for 19 and 20 on a banner up at the top, but we don't have any supportive subpages. I was going to do a couple in the next few days and just throw some pictures on there of us all having a grand time. But when we set the things we could, but maybe there could be more of that kind of upfront on the website that says, here we are, this is who we are, and this is where we're going as a community. With some graphics to that and things like that.
Yeah, because I like that because it just lets people know, especially people that will be the first time they're being introduced to the CCC. And it's nice to know that there's been all this history and that there's a vision going forward. So yeah, absolutely.
So I'm thinking back to your comment, Dina, of, it's a trust of who invited you to come and then seeing a theme and opining on that or making a decision on that we could be doing more graphically and outwardly to people to say, well, go check out the website. I mean, you can listen to all recordings from the last 3.5 years of monthly calls, and you can see pictures and photo galleries and videos from past events and things like that. So we could be stepping up the larger game of visibility for the community. And having the theme set for 3 years in advance, although it might get adjusted slightly, a word here, there, or a subtitle that we refine or others refine in the next 2 or 3 years, that we could be doing, it could be helpful to people in choosing to come into the community.
Well, we've had a
Heart
lot.
full, throat full, third eye full, and crown full. I'm making up words.
Well, that year we get to all wear crowns. I want 2021 we can walk around crowns. Yeah, we've a lot. I mean, there's been a lot of good ideas. I've been trying to. I don't know if I've jotted all of them down, but I've been trying to jot down what people are saying.
What about the word just clear, like clear expression, clear vision, clear something?
And we can spell it with a K, and we can have
Jade.
Never mind. Yeah, Jade can just run everything. I mean, the word clear ties into, and because we could tie it into the transmutation, we're clearing shit out.
I think we've got a thread here. We just need to kind of find way for it to develop that we all go, wow, that's it. We're getting there.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah, maybe what I can do is just put a file in Trello, and if I've missed anything, because I don't think I've written down every idea, but if I put it up there and you guys can just add to it, and maybe if we were kind of not thinking about it for a day and then go back in and look at that Word doc, it might trigger something. We could just keep adding to it and see what develops.
Just don't want to kick the can down the road too far.
Right.
so we were handed our theme last year, and it gave us that little wiggle room through August, but we're already to September by the end of the week.
Mhm.
And with three of us are going to be
In
preoccupied
Italy,
for
yeah.
most of the month of September. So, yeah, I agree with that. Well, just an idea. You could put all that collective into Trello, and we could gather again in 1 week before we leave, before Christmas Eve, and see if we
1
can
week.
keep the focus being on let's all spend time individually considering it, adding anything we want to, but then saying let's do our best to make a decision. Just an idea.
Yeah, I love deadlines. I need deadlines or I forget about stuff. I wouldn't be able to do it next week because I'm in the middle. That's the middle of the Kogies.
Oh God, that's right, on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you're in full bore on Wednesday. I've only been paying attention to the 7th and 8th, obviously, but
Yeah.
Kogi.
The Kogies are,
What day do they arrive? Tuesday?
they get here Tuesday, but not until like right before dinner. So it's really Wednesday and Thursday is just like totally packed. But I'd be fine on Friday.
You'd be fine on Friday.
I like everybody, the Kogies, Laura, everybody leaves super early Friday to come to you in Colorado. So, everything frees up for me on Friday.
We don't fetch them and start dealing with them until 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So I could do it on Friday as well. Friday the 7th we're talking about.
I will be off
Yeah.
the grid.
You will be.
Yeah, you're going to be out.
I'll be off the grid. Santa Barbara.
Really? Where are you going?
Good for you.
Santa Barbara TEDx.
Oh,
Cool.
Their co-organizer is a mentor for our team. So we're flying out Wednesday, coming back Sunday to kind of shadow them and behind the scenes and see how it's done. See if we have a clue what we're doing.
that's very exciting. I was glad
Awesome.
that you're getting
Yeah.
there.
They'll probably learn a lot from you.
I don't think so.
That's very exciting.
Breathe.
So you're confident, Dina, that you would not be able to put in an hour that day?
Well, we're Friday is full dress rehearsal, and then there's an after like a reception that I don't have the schedule if I can sneak away, but I need to soak up and take as many notes as I can.
Yeah, plus you're 3 hours earlier. So how about Saturday for people? For just a quick
That's TED.
hour.
They're TED.
That's actually.
That's the actual event.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. This is how it works with this many
That's how it
people.
goes. This is how it goes.
Yeah.
That's very exciting. Sorry to be squirming in my seat.
I mean, here,
How about
Here's-
Monday or Tuesday next week?
yeah, I was just gonna say that I could do Tuesday. I'd have to do it early just because I'm on task for making dinner for the Kogi arriving, but I could do 5 o'clock. I could do the same time on Tuesday,
The 4th.
the 4th. Yeah. Let me just make sure as I say that. Yeah, I could do that.
How about you, Karen? Do you have to drop off?
I have just a couple more minutes here. I could do Tuesday.
I'm going to be in the dentist chair at 2:30. I don't know if I'll be done at 4, but
Are you always in the
this is
dentist?
no, this is just trying to get some stuff done before I go to Italy. But it's actually a much smaller piece, so hopefully I will be done at 4, or Central Time 4, Eastern 5.
Right.
So the same time of day on Tuesday, the 4th is what we're considering. Oops, wrong day.
What time would you be available then?
Well, why don't we say 5:30 Eastern, and that would give you another half hour. Or you're in Central, right?
Yeah, I'm in Central. Yeah. So I should be out by then. Yeah.
And
Even if
2:30
it's-
Pacific.
just on the cell phone.
Okay.
Maybe we
So
can
5.
shoot some ideas in Trello in the meantime.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, I'm going to put down everything I wrote down. I don't want to offend anybody. I didn't write down everything. So add things that you see that I forgot, and then we'll add to it as things come up between now and Tuesday. And hopefully every time we go in and see that list growing, things will start to, you know, more thoughts for us. And hopefully on Tuesday we can nail it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just to review the times, we're talking about 5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central, 3:30 here, and 2:30 Pacific. That works okay for you, Dina, on your flying that day?
I'm flying the next day, so I'm good Tuesday.
Perfect.
So all are good with that time? You're good with that time, Karen?
Yes, yes.
I'm good with it.
Wonderful.
We did it.
Leanne.
We got it scheduled.
Somewhere. Yay. Leanne, thank you for
All right.
taking notes on this. I obviously didn't even think about it.
Well,
Yes, thank you.
I didn't take good notes. That's the only thing. So everybody needs to contribute. Yeah, 'cause I don't have that many. So I'm going to do it super quick now before I forget.
Thanks.
Okay. So that'll be up in Trello. And
Oh, great to see everyone.
yeah.
Bob, you're
All right, love you guys. I'm going to drop off. Love you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Karen. Love you.
Bye.